Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Sherm in the Booth. My name is Sherm. You guys are some true Chicagoans for coming out in January. It's snowing outside, it's freezing, and you're at the fucking club at 1 a.m.
Boys with the bass, yeah, boys, bass.
Who am I talking to right now? You're famous.
Free food, free drinks, music, girls, let's go.
Do you like it? Cool. If you don't, goodbye.
I'm missing the most important part.
Boys with the bass, yeah.
We should throw like a crazy bar mitzvah party.
This is crazy. Send me stems. I finished it.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
Just wait. You know it kicks in like 3 to 5 seconds afterward.
Yo, what is good, everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of Sherm in the Booth. I'm, of course, your host, Sherm, and I am so excited about this episode because it's with one of my favorite guests who is making his third appearance. That's right, welcome to the Sherm in the Booth Three-Timers Club, the man, the myth, the legend, Alex Kislov. Now, Alex has been in my life since I first got to Chicago, and we decided that this is officially the third chapter in our friendship, especially considering it's his third time on the show, but I absolutely love this guy. But I gotta say, this is no ordinary episode. We're here to talk about his debut album called Dream Sequence, a true masterpiece and work of art that is years in the making, and you can tell right away how much went into creating it. Dream Sequence is a 10-track album that takes you on a journey through a dream world of sound and creativity. From start to finish, you can tell things progress in a natural but captivating way. It also features the vocals of Chicago house music legend Ron Carroll, globally recognized vocalist Leo Wood, and not to mention his lovely wife, Eliza. It's really special to see Alex at this point in his career because I've honestly never seen him radiate passion like this, legit glowing. He really cares about and is deeply committed to his craft. You gotta respect that. Now, enough of me talking. Let's get into it right now so you can hear his story for yourselves. This is episode 236 with Alex Kislov. All right, Alex, hit the line.
Episode 236, baby.
Woohoo! Yep.
I wish this was episode 250, but I'll take it because we've had a good track record. 50, right?
Yeah.
Was it 50, 150?
Yeah.
And we were planning for 250, but we have a lot of shit to talk about. So
I know. We really couldn't wait.
yeah.
We really couldn't wait.
Appreciate you taking the time to.
Dude, Three-Timers Club on Sherm in the Booth. Not many people can say that they're in that club.
How many do you have, like, three timers?
Very few. Only close Chicago homies who have been there since I made the list. I don't even know. Would you consider this to be this is like a chapter of Sherm in the Booth, right? But what fucking chapter am I at?
What do you mean? Is each episode a chapter?
No, each episode is not a chapter. I would say if I really thought about it.
How many episodes are in a chapter?
A chapter is when I sort of level up or get more confident or have more fun or get back to me, right? So sometimes I go back to the beginning of the story. The first episode of Sherm in the Booth, I go back and I just can't stop laughing because it is not me. It is you should listen to it. I'll put it on after. It's hey, what's up, guys? This is Sherm. I'm really excited about this podcast.
Yeah.
I was I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. I know I wanted to do a podcast. And you go to episode 20, I get a little more, myself. I'm interviewing
a little more
people.
Comfortable on camera.
Yeah, and then no, I didn't do video until episode 71.
No way, we did 50 on video, didn't we?
I think you were just shortly after that, actually.
Okay.
But who was actually the first video? Fives.
No way.
Our boy Five.
Nice. I was just with him at Electric Forest.
Dude.
He was at my preview party. I've been seeing him a lot.
Love that guy.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Danny Deal.
Yep.
Danny Deal is officially my roommate at the music garage.
Yeah, she told me that.
Yeah. So she's the morning owl and we're the night owls.
She's trustworthy. She'll show up. Yeah. She'll pay the bills.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
And she's super technically savvy and on many things. Really well versed. So it's been very refreshing to have not only just a nice female energy in the room, right? Like, I'm sorry if I'm
course.
offending anyone, but just she's coming with this nice energy, and she also very, very well versed in this industry.
Danny is like the fucking goat, and I remind her of that every single time I talk to her. I'm lucky that she is in my life in many different ways, but like Fi has come back into my life, funnily, being out and about. Like, I saw him at Taste of Randolph, and he was just fucking raging. I was like, Fi, how you doing, man? He's like, dude, I just got back from movement. I was like, did you?
Yeah.
How was that? And he was like, I really needed it. I was like, fuck yeah, you did, brother. You just get blasted with techno.
An incredibly talented photographer.
The best I know personally, without a doubt.
Yeah, and he's super low-key about it. Like,
he is.
Those who know.
Yeah.
And those who don't know are like, what? Like, this is your photo? I think he had like on magazine publications. Anyways, we could talk about Fi and Danny.
We're
probably.
podcasting. Yeah, we're podcasting, bro. This is how it goes. You just go off on a tangent.
I love it.
Alex was like, so what are we going to do? Like, what's the format? I was like, brother, you are just too easy to talk to, man.
Let's do it. I love it. I'm here and I'm excited to talk. 236 is a huge number.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a small feat. So,
No.
And also as somebody that I'm about to hit 24 episodes, which means 2 years of like music podcasting, right? Whatever you want to call it. Like I release like AK and Friends once a month, right?
Yeah.
And salute to you, because I don't talk half as much as you do in your episodes, and it's hard. It's a lot. So like,
I fucking talk a lot, man.
What I'm trying to say is I'm proud of you, man.
No wonder my wife doesn't think I'm funny. I'm out of jokes by the end of the day. I'm a salesman by the day. I'm podcasting in the evening at dusk.
I think it's just a natural transition. When the wife gets the ring, you are no longer funny anymore.
Yeah.
Because my wife doesn't think I'm funny anymore either.
But we are funny, and she's going to be mad, but your wife is here. Can we give a little round of applause for Eliza?
She is here. The love of my life, Elizabeth.
She made you look so good.
Oh, yeah.
You took your shoes off. Your shoes went back on.
She like
lint rolled your ass.
Picked my shoes. Lint rolled my ass from the dog, from Perry.
Yeah.
Like no, this shirt's no go. Your hair looks stupid. Even the freaking eyebrows. She's just like, I wouldn't even think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But that's why she's amazing.
You look fantastic.
Fix it right now. She told me to fix my hair right now.
We're not gonna edit her out, because I wanted to get her on camera, but she said she didn't look good enough, so we'll respect that.
Yeah, we'll give her whatever,
Yeah,
if she's shy.
Perry looks good enough for camera though. Can she join?
Hey, Perry. Oh, sorry, knocked your mic.
That's okay, man. So we're here to talk about a lot of things, Alex, but just to sort of set the table for this whole episode, so people know, we're here to talk about your album, Dream Sequence. And this was given to me. This is actually one of the most creative pieces of grassroots marketing that I've ever been personally handed. And it's literally a cassette, right, of Alex's album. He gave this to me probably a month and a half ago, whenever that was, 2 months ago. Motherfucker has a USB on there.
Unfortunately 2.0, but we're not going to talk about
That's
that.
okay, yeah. I was like, me, of course, the DJ me, I was like, you going to DJ with this? That'd be really cool.
You could.
You could.
You could.
You could.
It plugs into the CDJs. It plugs into your car. It can plug into your computer, obviously.
Yeah.
And each cassette comes with extended edits in WAV format, meant for DJs and audiophiles that want to hear the highest quality. Then you got the radio edits, which is in MP3 formats. And then I added bonus content. So, yeah, I'm trying to sell my cassettes here.
Dude, and it's really incredible, because obviously this is your third time on Sherman the Booth. And each time we've had you on has been a different chapter in your life, different chapter in my life. I just want to say first and foremost how grateful I am to have you in my life.
I'm grateful to be here. And also, back to your chapter thing. Sorry to take us back to
That's
that
okay. You gonna gas me up? I was gonna gas you up.
Yeah.
You're
You're
It's
right.
gonna be a lot of gas in
You
here
are
after
in a
this.
new chapter. I feel like I've seen now the third chapter that I'm in now.
Let's say we're both in the third chapter.
Yeah. Chapter 3 looks great.
Chapter
Definitely
3 looks
improvement
really
from
good.
chapter 1.
Hopefully it's not a short book.
Chapter 2 had a bit of turmoil. but
chapter 2 wasn't all so good. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, but this is good. I like the setup. I like the atmosphere, and obviously I like the new addition to the podcast. What a good timing. Hi, puppy.
Oh, yes. She's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, I have such a profound amount of respect for you, especially with what you're doing with your project, right? Like, I met you in the GLC open format, throwing parties, hustling, not open format.
Yeah, well, okay, we
booking.
promoted open format. Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
worked with nightclubs that played open format.
Right.
But you'd see me in the corner steaming, like
Not being happy. Yeah. But ultimately, like, that was one part of your life, right?
Yeah.
You were dropping music, you were doing your thing, right? Like playing a lot. And I remember too, like shortly after that, or whenever it was, around, episode 150, we were just talking about sort of where we're at in our careers. And I think it was just shortly after the pandemic, right?
Right.
And I remember vividly being like, bro, like, gassing you up, being like, man, dude, that one weekend, I remember you and RV, you like opened for Camel Fat, then you opened for Alesso, and then you did something else, and you're like, I don't think I've really, you're like, I don't even think I've really thought about that. I'm like, that's insane, right? And then when I just saw you before this to prep for this episode, you reminded me to practice self-gratitude, right? Because this project to you is so much more than just releasing music, right? Like, it's a body of work. And there's so much to unpack with that, but like, why? I guess my question is why? Why this? Why this way? Why now? How did you come to it?
Sure. It's like a very loaded question, right?
It is, absolutely. CNN, 60 minutes right now. Yeah.
Only 60, damn. My wife made me take my watch off, so.
Yeah.
All right, start the timer. For me, how like, is the question when did I, hey puppy, thanks for distracting me real quick on this moment.
Yeah. Harry.
The question is, how did I get to this writing process of the album, right?
Yeah.
I think I've always wanted to write an album. Like, that's always been something that I want to do.
Yeah.
And I just never knew like what that meant, right? And I think during the pandemic is when I had that moment to sit down. You were really close to my face. I had that moment to sit down and just really like understand, like, okay, am I going to do an album? What does that look like? What is it gonna sound like? What's it gonna be?
Yeah.
What's my purpose for this album? Really kind of like breaking that apart. And when I really like decided, like, okay, I need to do this, I think it was at a time where I was I don't want to say creatively hindered, but creatively injured.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
I was really fatigued from this process of submitting to labels, not getting accepted, not hearing back. Sometimes they want me to change it. I don't like the track once it's changed.
Yeah.
And then they're not happy and it's not me anymore. It kind of loses its, its vision. Like there was a word you used earlier today that I really liked. When you stop to smell the roses.
Yeah.
Right. And you're working so much that you're not realizing like sometimes what's happening, right, in that regard. So
totally.
To track back to that, like, I think I was in that like creatively injured time and I needed to reignite, right? Like kind of like starting the motor again. And I think that's what this album did for me. It was like restarting this motor of creativity. And once I figured out like the theme, which was, dream sequences, which comes from movies.
Right.
I don't know I think I explained it to you before. So like a dream sequence in movies is a character, let's say me, right? Like I'm a main character. I'll have a dream or a vision or a flashback or some sort of an event that occurs outside of the main plot. Those are sequences that are dream sequences, right? And they can be happening in daydreams. They can happen when you're asleep, awake. I really like that concept. It came to me through a friend of mine, Monica. She was like, this album sounds really dreamy. I'm like, yeah, it does.
So you made the music before you named the album?
Oh, yeah. All the songs have been made in different periods of my life.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, some songs were made all the way back to 2018. And they've
cannot believe that.
Yeah, they kept.
The fact that you still had those projects and shit, too, is wild.
I've lost a lot of projects, and since then I've learned to save a lot of projects.
Yeah, of course.
So I think like the projects that have been saved, what I'll do is I'll revisit. I'm like, okay, I like this. Like you just said, I look at chapter 1 and I'm in chapter 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, chapter 1 was awesome.
Yep.
It built the grassroots for what chapter 2 was, but now chapter 3 really needs to have the meat, right? And so that's how I look at the music.
But it's part of your story.
Yeah.
It's part of your growth as an artist, as a producer, as a person.
Yeah, you can't stand still, right? Like,
No.
I feel like that's the killer of creativity, staying in place or being complacent,
How much of this just came to you naturally, and how much of it was like drive or, I don't want to say forced inspiration, but like you said, you were creatively injured. Like, I want to dive more into that because I feel like so many creatives, sometimes including myself, I feel creatively injured, but I feel creatively pressured to put stuff out. And then when I put that out, I'm like hurt that it doesn't resonate with my audience or it doesn't resonate with anyone. It's like, well, no shit, you didn't put your heart into it.
Right. So that's part of being creatively injured.
Yeah.
Creative pressure can lead to being creatively injured.
Yeah.
You're playing this game where it's like, honestly, it's not really like, okay, how to explain it? An accountant knows what their job is.
Yeah.
They know what the parameters and what the purpose of their work is. And they know how much they're getting paid for that. and how much they have potential to earn, right?
Right.
Whereas like with music and in general, this industry, your value, yes, you obviously want to make financial gains, right? But
of course.
Your value isn't really how much money you're making. It's the amount of connections or networks, your worth of your network, right?
Yeah.
That's what's really worth more than anything, right? And I think I just lost my train of thought on where I was going with that.
No. I understand where you're going with it. It's because things in the I don't want to say the real world, right? Like it's made sense because there is a timeline, there is a rule book, there is a road to follow.
Found it. Right.
Got you. That's what I'm here for, bro. Yeah.
So the creative injury occurs because you are in this constant pressure to release, to succeed, to become popular, to capture somebody's ear even for the 4 minutes of your track that you're releasing it, getting on playlists. And then there's a lot of doubt that comes with it. Well, why didn't I get on this? Or why haven't I been able to get here? Or why am I not there yet? And I think a lot of artists, if not all artists, deal with this like constant like, why am I not where I want to be yet? Or you visualize this ideal of what your artistry looks like and you're not there. And it's aggravating because it's sometimes really hard to get to that. It's consistent. Like Bruce Lee said, your fist will not break a rock. Water will break a rock, right?
Wow.
And water will continue to shape this rock until it becomes. So the same kind of concept.
It's a good quote.
In this, the reward is not immediate in this industry.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be. Some people are super lucky to receive immediate reward. But some of us are not receiving that immediate reward. And it can lead to creative injury. And to me, this album was what, I guess, like cranked this engine of creativity.
It was a gift to yourself.
Yeah.
Because
honestly,
that's what we don't do as artists. We don't give gifts to ourselves when making music is a gift.
Yeah, we're too busy trying to fit into this pigeonhole almost, right?
That's the problem. I don't even know if it's fixable sometimes. I think it's so important that people have conversations like this, not just on podcasts and sharing on the internet, but like artists need to talk to each other about like how fucked up this shit can be sometimes, right? Like, give yourself some credit.
It's taxing, not just physically, like late nights and the party.
That's a whole nother story.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's a choice physically. Yeah, the mental part is the harder part to master, essentially, right? Because there isn't really like a book. Like I can't go to the library and be like how or type on like Google, right? How to be famous as a DJ, how to deal with being in this situation as a DJ, how to become this part of the career as a DJ. There isn't a book like that, really. You know what I mean?
Not really.
Not there. We see artists that are making it, but they all have different ways of how they got there.
Exactly.
And so what I realized more than anything when I've noticed artists that have received success is when they kind of did the two middle fingers up in the air and said, fuck it, I'm doing my thing.
Straight up.
And it inspired me to be like, fuck it, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to write something that is me, is how I feel. It's a renditions of my life moments, how I felt. And every song is a different feeling, right?
Yeah.
Like there's songs that are sad, there's songs that are happy, there's songs that are melancholy, not just sad, right? They are kind of like attached to a certain history in my life.
Yeah.
There's some songs that I wrote because I wanted them to fit certain dance floors,
Sure.
And so having that space, it's like all of a sudden I was in a room and now I'm in a giant farm. With,
Fuck
like,
yeah.
Whatever.
Hell yeah. I want to go to this
analogy.
farm.
Like there's
wait. Like Serenity Fast Farm? The goat farm? Yeah.
Like
Shout out Blake.
Farm,
What up? Yeah.
Shout out Blake.
Serenity Bass Fest.
Right. So like it just kind of opens this like walls, right? These obstructions that you think, and we set them ourselves as artists. Those are our boundaries we've created. Oh, I need to write like this. I need to be sounding like this. I need to look like this. I need to, and we've created these boundaries that have placed us in here, and that's what creates our injury from this creative injury. You know what I mean?
Bro, I love that so much. Like, That really hits home for me because I think that's what the album gives to your fans, current and potential, future, I should say, and also yourself, because you give yourself that space to build up upon, because we live in this like singles world, right? Especially in dance music, especially
individual. Yeah,
it's like I gotta put out this and this and this, and I was just talking to somebody about it today. It's like I work so hard to make this music, to roll out this music before, to release the music, and then I've like lost all my energy by the time it's out, and I'm like, better start working on the next one.
And that's on the self-release process.
Yeah.
What disappointed me sometimes, and I, if you're a record label that's listening, I apologize.
Don't apologize. Heed these words.
Well, no, but I do. I want to apologize because you might not understand this from the artistic perspective, but we will write a song, and to me, every song is special. No song that I make, I just made to make. Yeah. I've spent hours, and if I'm at a point where I want to shop it to labels, I've spent even more hours to mix, master, and make sure that it's what I want it to sound like.
Okay.
And then I will submit it to a record label, right? And the record label will generally have an A&R team that will go through this process.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that, let's say, Dimitri, right? Just insert the most Slavic name I could think of here. Dimitri is A&R at SITB, right?
Okay, yeah, this is good. This is good.
So Dimitri, that day, it is 9 a.m. He walks into the SITB office after having to pick up shit from his dog pooping in the bedroom, and his kids are all destroying the room, and his wife is angry at him because he didn't take the trash out. He's having a shit morning. He walks into the SITB office.
Yeah.
And then he presses my song. Do you think he's like,
fuck no, no.
I love this song. You need to sign this right now.
Right.
Okay. So that right there, my chances of getting that song signed to that label are so dependent on that, Dimitri having a good ass day that day. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so but
was this a true story?
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, yes and no, partially, right?
I understand.
Like I look at A&R, I can imagine, like, you have to be in a specific mindset to want to listen to music, to want to sign it, right?
Right.
And obviously, there's a professional part where the creative part they're going for.
Yeah.
But then, okay, let's say I caught Dimitri on a great day. He's signing my track. Now, what I'm witnessing a lot of times, like a label will literally just put my song out.
Yep.
And that's it. And used to be where labels would treat you like in a way where they would create vinyls for you. And Anjuna still does that for their artists.
Yeah.
They would make like merchandise for you. They would put on billboards and book you at events and put you on playlists. And there was just a push, what is it? A publishing, not a publishing, distribution part that was occurring on labels' end. And I've noticed releasing on labels, and I'm very happy with all the labels I signed. I just want to add that really quick in there. But there are often times where I just felt like another number in the machine or another number in the segment. And that led to creative injury. And, like, why am I not good enough for these labels to put more into me? And, and I would pursue relationships. It was always my dream to get signed to labels.
Yeah.
Got signed to labels. Now it's my dream to get signed to these labels. Okay, I signed to these labels. My dream now is to have a product that is going to be pushed the way I want it to be pushed into people's hands, ears, eyes, nose, whatever, mouth,
all
whatever.
senses.
Yeah. And so self-releasing this album was the scariest fucking thing I ever decided to do. Dealing with the labels was like something that I kind of chose to bypass.
Yeah.
I know that I am hindering a lot, like potential, I don't know what to call it.
Like exposure?
Exposure, right.
Yeah.
But I'm also really confident in this product, right? And in the ability and the amount of time and energy that I put into it, that I think that we live in a time and age where you don't need that. Maybe won't need that label.
It's the best time ever to release music. You have the ability. And that's one thing that I really respected about your process, right? It's not that you just said, okay, I'm not going to release a single. I'm going to release an album.
Right.
And sure, that's one thing, right? We could all technically do that. You said, I'm going to, 1, do it on my own. 2, I'm going to put it in people's fucking hands. 3, I'm going to roll it out for months. I'm going to tell people about it myself. I'm going to have my friends tell people about it. I'm going to throw a release party before the album's out. I'm going to drop a few singles. I'm going to tell people the why. I'm going to go on a podcast, right? Like, you're fucking, bro, you're doing it.
Okay, but everything you're saying, this 6-month span, is 15 years of my life getting to this point.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
true.
Ah, you're back. You like what I said?
Yeah, she's like, I completely agree.
So, like, it's like okay, I like analogies a lot. It helps me understand what I'm doing. Thank you. You want to lick the mic? Is it Thursday?
Yeah. Fans know Perry. Yeah,
right,
since I got a dog, she does this. Yeah, she is. Perry.
Down.
Perry, can you go down there?
We're gonna edit this.
Oh, I should lay down sometimes. Come on, baby.
So, I lost my train of thought again. You
I
keep
know.
distracting me.
I was just talking about like how you're rolling it out, right?
Right. So, like I said, I like analogies.
Now you're in both
right?
cameras.
And you go on like an app, and let's say you're hiring a handyman.
Yeah.
And one handyman costs $150. One handyman costs $25. Most of us are naturally like, well, why would I want to go for this $25 one? But this $150 handyman, they will do the same amount of time for the job, maybe even less for the one that's been more experienced.
Yeah.
But he'll do it right the first time.
Right.
And so it's like the same idea here, where it's like I've spent 15 years developing connections with designers, mastering studios.
So true. You've got a team. You've got
I met Voha, who lives in Romania, and he designed the jellyfish, and we were back and forth. I don't know, beginning of 2023.
Yeah.
Like once the name came, then I came to him for it, and that's we go back and forth, and he was able to develop this incredible art piece for it.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, and that drove the colors. And once I had the colors, I was able to develop. Like,
and you sent him the
marketing.
music first, right?
Mm-hmm.
With any idea, any direction, or did he just kind of come up with
I sent him an
this?
incomplete album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like it was like drafts pretty much of tracks, and all the songs and their names now were different.
It's
names.
so dope. Like every time I look at it, I see something new.
Thanks, man.
What's his name?
He goes by Voha World.
Voha World.
OJAWRLD.
Unbelievable. So cool.
Thank you.
We'll
And
flash the cover art, yeah.
The cassette idea to me came like, I like the phrase I was like, yo, check out my mixtape. Like,
yeah, of course. Yeah. Like the guys on the
mixtape.
street hustling. Yeah.
Right. So like literally I'm like, fuck, like this is my mixtape.
Yeah.
And instead of having it a cassette, which literally no one is able to play unless you're Derek Specs in his car or something. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's underground Chicago shout out right there. Yeah.
You can't play cassette anywhere.
Yeah.
But the vintage of cassettes, like a lot of people still hold on to it. I like the feeling, and I really like the covers that they come in.
Yeah.
Like this plastic, it gives it almost like a timelessness.
Okay. Yeah.
So that really inspired the cassette USB vibe for it.
So cool.
Yeah, and then the vinyls is like always been a dream of mine to press vinyls.
Gosh, you're doing it.
I'm doing it, man, and it took a lot of like leap of faith.
Yeah, you're full-time music now too.
Mm-hmm. Left the day job, just jumped into this full in right now this year.
Because what else is there to focus your time on at this point, right?
There's many things. Like
timing was important.
I love a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
But I've been doing this long enough to know that this is going to be the rest of my life. This is something that I know I want to do. And so like I kind of, in this creative injury timeline that I had, I suppose, in early 2023, I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I playing this game, chasing? What's the next step for me? And writing this album really like refreshed everything. Like,
amazing.
I rebranded my colors, my look, my vibe. My wife had a big part to all of that, like really just like the direction of it and how it looks. And I'm older now.
Yeah, we are. We're fucking
26, old. Episode 50.
I've been doing the podcast almost 8 years now, so
Even younger.
yeah, it was you're 32 now? 33?
31.
31?
Don't date me like that.
I'm older than you.
Yeah, I know that.
Am I? I didn't. Fuck, bro. Yeah. I always forget that. Yeah.
31.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're young.
I would give jokes to my wife that she robbed my cradle when she was 2 years old.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Wow.
She's not happy. It doesn't find me funny, dude.
I know. Yeah, she's not laughing. FYI for the camera. Oh wait, I heard a laugh.
Yeah, there's a chuckle. It's because you said it.
Yeah. Well, that's like what's one of the most impressive parts about it is the inspiration. Like, it's so cool for me to witness other artists because sometimes I can't find the creativity. I can't find the aspiration, the inspiration, right? Like, I don't know if it was you or maybe someone. I could have sworn I talked to you about it, but like being creative is like the greatest form of just procrastination because you're like, all right, cool, time to make music. All right, cool, time to create. And you sit there, you know, if you're painting or you're making music or whatever the fuck you're doing, you're like, oh, it's not coming to me. Some people.
Like a block?
Yeah. Now, some people, it just does come natural to them, the savants or whatever, but most people are not like that, right? Especially like in DJs these days, bro. How many people weren't classically trained musicians, right? We just were like, we love dance music. We went to some dope shows. We're like, I want to do this. Then you realize, okay, fuck, I got to learn music theory. I got to learn how to compose music. I got to learn how to work with vocalists. I got to learn how to EQ, like all of these things, right? So like, it's not that simple, right? But you, over the whole course of your career, you've learned, you've made mistakes, you've grown, and now
a lot of mistakes.
A lot of fucking mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes.
I think honestly, the only way to succeed is by failing.
Yeah,
many
absolutely.
times. And the reason I say that is because there's only one door to succeed. Right? It's only one door that you need to go in order to acquire success.
Yeah.
There's 100 doors that are failures, and you need to open all these doors until you find that success door, and you need to walk it through that success door, and you need to walk through every door fully committed. You know what I mean?
Fuck
because,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it now. Like,
I love it.
And so failing is a big part of learning. Like, I've done boat parties for a long time. Like 7 to 8 years of throwing boat parties.
You fucking booked John Summon on a boat party, for God's sake. Yeah, bro.
17,
Like,
dude.
that's
I still
how
have
long.
the check stub that I paid him that
Do
day.
you? That's
I think
hilarious.
we argued about what I was going to pay him that day, too.
Wait, how much did you pay him? Like maybe $1,000, maybe?
No, less.
A
Lot less.
There's your proof that everybody starts from somewhere, people.
You really do. Even the locals, we all start somewhere.
We all do.
John Schuster,
Yeah.
John Summit,
Yeah.
played our boat party for 150 people for less than $1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
now, good luck getting him to step into a room for less than $1,000. You know what I mean? So
he could charge his breath or his spit for like $1,000 probably. Some
maybe.
crazy bitch.
He throws away free
Yeah,
$4,000 t-shirt. Yeah, for free, $3,000.
I saw that.
Go to
What
Summit
the
Show, get a
fuck?
free $3,000 shirt, dude. I love that.
Fuck, man.
It was awesome.
It's true. Yeah, bro. Like, wait, let's go into the boat party because.
Oh, yeah. Why did I say that?
We're sitting here today. It's August 7th, right? And you did it July 17th?
14, right?
No, because I could have made that date. I think it was the 17th.
It was on a Wednesday. Yeah, 17th. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It's July 17th.
Yeah.
We did it on a Wednesday.
July 17th
Confirmed July 17th.
I work for Team Alex Kislov as well. Yeah.
Thanks, team.
Yeah, no problem. We're all here. Yeah.
I'm day by day now.
If you think about it, we're kind of like, we're both like sitting, like looking at
like
you
a
right
bumper
now.
at
Yeah,
the
we are.
bowling alley. You know, I get linted. Don't say this on the mic. You know what I mean?
I'm reminding you of what to say. Yeah.
Yeah, you're bringing me back.
I am. Yeah, I got you.
Honestly, I have a lot of distraction going on.
I get it. I'm testing you. I'm testing you.
Where were we?
Boat party.
So yeah, I threw. Okay, where did we get to this? So I've been throwing boat parties for years since the Good Look Chicago days, since I was maybe 22 years old.
Right.
Boating is a huge love of my life, but I've thrown so many parties that I've learned what an intricate process looks like an attendee needs to step on, what it feels like when you're feeling shitty in the water, what to do, you know, how to keep things busy and moving, because you're 3 hours stuck in a metal vessel with 150 people on a boat. And you cannot leave.
No.
Right? So there needs to be this constant flow on a boat.
Yeah.
And it needs to sound good because you're in an open space. Again, trial and error led me to this. So July 17th, I threw a album preview party. Mm-hmm. Again, a huge dream for me to throw my own party, like
so cool.
based off of my own album. And we designed our own stage. Thanks to Center Geo, John Schroeder, we did a whole cutout for Dream Sequence.
So cool.
We had Andrew Watts do the lighting and sound, obviously, and he brought like a massive deployment.
Fuck yeah.
Like, it was
Love
really-
Watts.
But it wasn't loud. It was clear.
Yeah, of
In a
course.
huge, space like that. Evil Chicago ran the merch booth, and they helped me produce the merchandise.
Dude, you had Misha there?
My wife and her friends literally put together a charcuterie board for everyone that came.
Did you?
Yeah, it was amazing. Not a nothing left.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, they did an incredible charcuterie board. Like
That is.
people are still talking about it.
That's what I'm talking about right there. I was just about to ask
And then
that.
we
yeah.
had amazing. I cannot wait for this video to come out. I know every DJ says like, dude, I got the hottest shit coming out.
Look at his legs, dude.
I know. I shit you not.
those legs, people.
Donnie Fuego and his team, the media team, have captured incredible, extremely unique, original content that, in my opinion, I don't think has ever been captured. One in Chicago,
Yeah.
legally at least.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I'm very excited because it's very high end content. And so they filmed the whole thing with drones and the whole shebang.
I saw a little bit. It's fucking epic.
It was amazing. It was literally like the smiles on people's faces.
The weather looked great. Like the vibes
And the hardest
looked great.
thing, man, it's like you launch an event. I'm independent.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I would sell out. I didn't know how people would receive it.
Yeah.
It's like always this sense of doubt. Like, will people actually want to spend money to hear this?
Sure.
We sold the fuck out. And my whole friends, family, and fans, everyone showed up dressed in black and white like we sent. And, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about how blessed I felt that people gave me their Wednesday night
Yeah.
to preview my album and actually really attach to it. And that there's no fee in the world that can come close to that feeling that night. You know what I mean? There's nothing that can really take away from how I felt with the crowd or with that night with my team or everything just coming together perfectly. The weather, oh my God, the weather was that's the hardest part of Chicago.
Dude, I know. I've always thought you guys got fucking chutzpah for having fucking boat parties all the time because, there's no greater success than an outdoor party in Chicago in the summer. And
When
there's
it's nice
no
weather.
greater sadness than when you plan for months and I don't think people understand that.
It's very sad because it's a lot of work. Loading in, you have 30 minutes to load
It's
in.
exhausting.
You got
I've helped them.
Yeah.
do this shit. And did you take off from the Summer of Georgia area or whatever? it
Yeah,
is?
we were in the same dock, but
Yeah,
we were on
yeah.
the Festivus, which is actually a new boat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Summer of Georgia is going to sink any day soon.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, Rick. Time to fix that, baby.
Rick, what a legend. No, it's
Rick's
it's
a legend,
such
though.
a funny setup.
Yeah.
When you get all the fucking
So
speakers
the
on there.
Festivus is owned by the same people,
Okay.
but it's lower. So no bridges.
Oh, nice.
Which gave me room to work on a stage. And
It
so I
looked
custom designed it.
so cool, dude. It looked like a fucking Circla video.
Yes.
And it was amazing that
it felt like that.
and wait, so your set, were you running through the album? Were
Yes.
you playing a set?
Okay, so thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Would be happy to. I'm so
Thank
excited.
God
to,
I figured it out this
actually
far in, yeah.
it just happened, but I haven't unpacked the event like this yet. So this
Okay,
is my first time
perfect.
speaking about it.
Great.
Like this. So when every person walked onto the boat, I made a program,
Yeah.
a concert program.
Oh my God.
So
did you really?
I really did. Yeah, I literally went and okay, my wife went to a piano concert.
Okay.
And she brought back the program, the orchestra program. I was like, fuck, that's an amazing idea. So I went and I started writing a paragraph about every song. I added the BPM and the key, the name, why I wrote it, how it's written, and then it was all written out. And I should have brought you a copy of the program.
Dude, that is beyond classy.
Thank you. And so you get the program and it tells you the songs and there's a QR code where you can pre-save the album in the
Sure.
back and there's a thank you note for me. And we went, so they knew what to expect,
Yeah.
right? What the music will be. When we started the album, I did a quick speech and then I went from beginning to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because in the vinyl, there's two sides, side A and side B. I decided to name them Dream Side and Sequence Side.
Cool.
So the Dream Side is a little more dreamy. Sequence Side is a little harder.
Yeah. And I've heard it all, people, and it's absolutely unbelievable the journey that you take
Thank you.
the listener on. It,
Even Perry agrees, huh?
yeah, Perry
Thanks,
definitely
Perry.
agrees. It's so cool, the people that you had on the album. One, your wife, who is listed as Eliza, what did you put your name as? It's Ellie Mess, which is like very hot and sexy and
Thank you.
like underground almost. You know, I'm like
I actually
Ellie
made that name
Mess.
for her.
Yeah, did you? She got a Spotify?
No, not yet.
Are we launching something?
I'll be the manager.
How did that come together? Like, chime in a little bit for us. Like, how did he approach
You want to come in and tell us?
Oh,
Not you, Perry. Come on, it's fine.
Just for a
this
little
Eliza, everybody. This is my wife.
Hi, this is Eliza.
If you've heard Nocturne, the first song in the album, the opening track, Ellie Mess is short for Elizabeth Mesham, which is what Eliza's name was before she married me.
That's right.
I'm officially a Kislov.
I was looking at the K and I was like, what is that? Is that a middle name?
Kislov.
Obviously,
I'm
duh.
a proud wifey.
Let's go.
But fun fact, I play the ukulele and I love to sing. Like growing up, I was in choir. I was like a choir geek, nerd, or just choir girl.
Mhm.
I feel like they're superior people that were in choir.
I agree.
Soprano, that's me. But basically,
She's so nervous. She got so shy.
She's killing it.
No, but basically, Alex I love to sing. Like if I'm in a good mood, if I'm anything, I'm always singing.
She's a
around the
really
house.
good singer.
And when I played the ukulele, like I would always bust it out. Like anytime we trips with friends, anywhere I'd go, I would just like bring the ukulele and sing. And Alex was like, "You're like actually a really good singer." I don't want to say really good because
We were dating still.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know my place in the singing world. But like,
Sure.
I can hit some notes. You know.
All right.
I hear the keys.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Alex has actually been begging me to sing. Begging.
Whoa.
Begging.
Begging. Yeah.
Okay, not begging.
Okay, but asking. Many
That's
times.
not what happened. Never mind. You can go back.
How many asses a beg?
Okay, it's also been friends. After they heard me playing the ukulele, they're like, "Your boyfriend, fiance, now husband's a DJ.
Yeah.
You can sing. Why isn't this happening?" And we're
Agreed.
both kind of like, I don't know. And I think the creativity, the injury, everything you're talking about, it relates even to people that aren't super creative. It's like you just doubt yourself. It's like, I'm not that good. I'm not, for instance, shout out Leo Wood. I don't have Leo Wood's pipes,
Yeah.
She's been singing forever. And like, who am I? Like Ellie Mess? Like nothing.
Yeah.
So you feel really just like insecure. And it was hard. Like I write poems. So that's kind of a way that I process.
Cool.
So when I'm writing poetry, like poetry or lyrics, like that is lyricism, if you convert it.
Mhm.
So I wrote a poem basically, and Alex asked me like what song would fit, and then in a way I told him, I was like, you need to give me a song, and then I can listen to it and create for that, because I can't just create out of thin air. I need a little bit of more bumper and structure. Like I need those walls.
Yeah.
Give me a wall. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So Alex really teed me up, and he gave me the walls and kind of gave me the parameters of what I should do. And we really discussed kind of what he was looking for, which is not overly singing, not too many words, not too many lyrics, but enough where it's like a catchy song. So that's where that was born. And I do have to say, I have a really good friend. She is in a band, and I asked her for help. Like I wrote my lyrics and I was like, all right, you're a singer-songwriter, you're a singer. And it's Rebecca from Savage Blush. She's completely in like a rock and roll
really
alternative aspect, nowhere near like house music, anything.
Yeah.
But her and I collaborated a little bit, and I sent her everything I created, and she just pushed some of the words and the lyrics over the edge, creating this kind of intricate, weird phrases like shadows in the dark. It's like, how is a shadow in the dark? Like, it's like, so it just like, rainbows in the dark. Like, how do you see a rainbow in the dark? Like, that's something that doesn't exist. So it's like these very odd, dreamy,
skeptical,
like lyrics.
So cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I was born. And I sang it for Alex a few times. We
would drive in the car and I would play the song and I'm like, okay, cue in here. And she would tee up. And I'm like, I like this, elongate a little bit. So we would practice kind of like changing, and she would write the notes in. So it was like a process. Like, first of all, I never begged her to come sing a song.
Please.
Just wanted to clarify. But I always wanted her to sing in a song. You weren't ready, I think. I think it wasn't something that we could find for you yet, And
I was nervous too.
Right. And so
Totally.
We kind of like, I don't want to say coach, but we walked through the process of getting these vocals to fit into Nocturne. It used to be called Dream Sequence, by the way.
Yeah.
Right.
It was supposed to be the original Dream Sequence.
Okay.
And then Leo Wood came in and crushed.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, this makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And I felt like it made sense for me to, in a way, it's kind of like a lullaby. It's welcoming you into this dream space.
Like a prologue, like a intro, right?
Yeah, totally.
You start this sequence of dreams with this song, and it opens the idea of like we're nocturne, nighttime, which generally correlates to sleeping.
Yeah.
To some of us, not us, but to some of us it's sleep. Like you sleep at night, we don't.
Right.
And so that's where nocturne kind of became the name, and the lyrics kind of fell into that part before dreams.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Hi.
So yeah,
Hi,
which by the way, you didn't even ask us any of this. You just asked us how we came up with Ellie Mess.
Well, that's how much.
We were sitting there again, ukulele. I think we're at my mom's house.
Yeah.
And I was playing the ukulele, and she was singing, and it was sounding really good. It was just like she's really good, and we're like, what name would I come up with? With my name. And I was like, just shorten your name.
Yeah.
Ellie, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Mesham. Mess.
Yeah.
Ellie,
Nickname.
Mess, and it sounds super good. And
It does.
And it just kind of clicked. And since then, it hit. And this was years before the actual singing.
Yeah.
I think it's actually my favorite song off the album because it is the one that really makes me feel like I'm in a dream, I would say. And it's the first song on the album, right?
Yes.
So it really sets the mood, sets the tone. Like it's the foundation of which the entire album is built off of. And I think it's so cool that like you guys are married, you did that together.
Yes, me too. I feel like it feels...
She was in my music video too.
Yes.
It was during the pandemic, which now we look at it like you see the masks, fine. It's but it's dated. Like that's what happens there.
Well, that's how long this has been coming together. So cool. Okay, so Nocturne featuring
Nocturne featuring Ellie Mess.
How proud of you are of Alex?
So
Of just
bad.
for like, I mean, just seeing it all roll out. I mean,
She won't say she's not
Pause.
proud on
Do
camera.
you have any more shampooski left?
no.
No?
I can
No,
pour it.
Alex, pour a little for him. We need to do a little toast. How
We
proud
do
we are.
we do need to do a
little
toast.
group cheers.
Where is it?
We're sharing yours.
And
I have some more alcohol.
All right, well, group toast. We drink so much in
We
the last
do,
episode, so
Toast.
cheers.
Toast to you. Toast to Dream Sequence.
And to 236.
Oh my God. Love it.
Delish. Some champagne.
But so proud. It's honestly been a true honor to be behind the scenes and like see all the aspects of it. Because I think a lot of people just see Alex when he's on stage. A lot of people see Alex when he's out. It's like this is my husband. I
Yeah.
sleep with him every day. We wake
Yeah.
up every morning. We
Yeah.
eat all our meals together.
Yeah.
And it's just really just beautiful to see you in your total element and just see all the rides, like all of the roller coaster of what it takes to do this.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. I'm really proud.
Thank you.
I love it. Like I'm a supporter. I'm a #1 fan. Like,
Yeah, you gotta be.
And the thing is, like, she also sees, like, you see the good, right? Like, social media is the good.
Yeah.
You don't see the bad. And not really most people don't, because we kind of tend to keep that personal. But she's seen, like, again, the creative injuries that I've been feeling and how I was, like, so, like, I'm passionate about this. I really want it. But I was so, like, I don't know what the word is, fatigue, and tired,
man,
and
of
almost
course.
like when you keep rubbing your skin like this, it gets a little bit raw. Like,
Yeah,
I felt like that almost. And she was there through those days when I was like, just really
to be
trying
a
to pay for
cheerleader.
it.
You really do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like, managing my own energy, but managing Alex's energy and seeing where he's at.
Mhm.
Because if I can look at him, I'm like, he's getting near the deflated balloon place. Like,
Yeah.
we need to pump some helium in there, baby. Like, we gotta fly, we gotta float.
Like that.
Yeah. So. It's,
Or when there's too much going on and the balloon's about to fucking...
yeah, we gotta
Bob,
pump some air.
We
out
gotta
real quick.
deflate.
Yeah. Because she's seen me, like, my problem is that I, like, don't stop.
You're either constantly inflating or deflating. It's
Well,
like,
Yeah.
I
How
think
do you get
I'm
to that
with-
perfect balance?
Can we just tie that fucking bottom off every
Yeah.
once in a while,
But then it
Alex?
still deflates over time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, that is... I don't know. I don't want to talk about myself like this, but, like, I feel like I'm inflating more than I'm deflating.
Yeah.
And
You,
that's-
you mean that in a good way?
I mean, I'm constantly driving.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm not stopping.
Filling yourself up.
Yeah, even when I was, like, raw, feeling this, like, deterioration or, like, fatigue, I was still inflating. I was still pushing this brand. I just didn't have as much of a direction. You know what I mean?
Totally, dude. I think that makes a lot of sense. And that's a really great metaphor, by the way. My wife does that for me. I wish she was here so we could have her sit in. I can never get
Yeah.
I can never get her to sit in.
Episode 350.
She is literally like, ever since we sort of like, for a while, like she was my high school girlfriend, right? Like I took her to prom. Like we broke up for a while in college, but she's seen me through so many chapters of my life. And when she really posed the question to me like a few years ago, she's like, what are you really doing in music? Like, what's your goal? Like, I still have a day job, you know, like I do all this stuff. I'm not like half-assing things, but it's like, what's your goal? Like, what are you really doing? And I kind of got mad. I was like, I know what I'm doing. She was like, do you though? Yeah. Like, what's your strategy? Because she's fucking smart as hell, you know what I mean? And she's like good with like branding and like, it's not even that you need to be good with branding, but like, it's funny. Like she knows how, you know how to brand your partner, right? You know when they're at their best, you know what they're capable of. Right, you believe in them more than they believe in themselves. That's why you choose them, right? Because it's not how great they are today or how great they've been. It's, you know, how great they can be as they continue to get older. And so she is like the one who's been like, she's like the average Joe listener, sort of, you know what I mean? Like she loves dance. She's gonna be like,
she's probably got some tunes.
She definitely does. She played the violin, actually. She was pretty musical.
Well, I don't know about you, but she was an average Joe listener.
Yeah, Alex got you into this life.
Yeah. I have very specific ears now.
Yeah, you do.
Other DJs get a little nervous, like playing sets in front of me.
I would.
No, but seriously, because I hear like when it's a trash mix-in, or whatever that's called.
Fuck yeah,
it's trash.
Shoes in a dryer.
I do.
Like it's like,
why
are you offending the sound?
I love that.
Why are you like that? Like, she gets like that too now.
Yep.
You know?
So I used to think Alex was kind of like a music snob. It's like, oh, this DJ's not good enough for you, or like, why is this sound not so great?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh yeah, like no, we gotta go. Like,
yeah.
So.
Which I love most
blessing
music.
and a curse. I like love it, and I also hate it.
She will never listen to music. She'll never listen to music the same again, right?
Oh,
because,
I understand that.
You've been living in this like understanding what an arrangement of a song looks like or why a song sounds good, you know? And
well, it's like it's an actor or maybe you're like an extra, but you're still in the fucking movie. And then when you go watch movies, you're like, I know how they did that. That wasn't good. Could have done that better.
Yeah.
Right?
She's the executive producer here.
100%, yeah.
It sometimes ruins the magic.
Quentin Tarantino over here, yeah.
It sometimes ruins the magic of it though, because I think the way I notice how I listen to music and how Alex, and I'm sure how you listen to music.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm like, yes, I love this beat, the bop, like having a fun time. And the two of you are sitting there dissecting every little element, the claps, the highs. The
Why
lows,
did they double time that hi hat?
Yes.
Too much
What
reverb
is the
on that.
stupid kick missing here?
I
This
know,
does this.
So
Yeah.
I think it's like beautiful that you can dissect music that way, but I also feel like it sometimes ruins music because I'm just simply listening and
totally.
I love it because I love it, you know. And for you guys, it's more so whatever the bass line may be or what it's not, you know?
Yeah, I totally get that. I think that makes a lot of sense because, one, we're our own harshest critic, like I said earlier. So it's like that means that we feel the need to like criticize others because we're so hard on ourselves. But I think that's what's so cool about this album is like you did through the process of making it like critique yourself, right? And it got to this point where you took old projects and made them new. Or like, I think that's what I said when I met with you. It was like, it's like a ball of clay that you're like sort of molding in different ways. And it's like, it's still the same fucking clay. It's still the same like Alex there, but like you just got better and better at sculpting.
Right. My tools have improved. You know what I mean? The vision has improved.
Yes.
And I think what helped the most is having like a direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you know, like knowing the name of the album, like I can't even begin to tell you how much just having the name of the album started to move, like unclogged. Yeah, like once I knew the name, then the colors came. That's it. I was like, okay, this is the name of the song.
Jellyfish was born.
Yeah, the jellyfish was
like things just kind of start clicking.
Yeah, really.
That's so cool.
Then, you know, I'm really big on marketing, and I always think to myself, how would the average consumer latch on to this product? What is their immediate like first impression of it, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like it's either a logo or a mascot that people kind of tend to gravitate to. And so that's where the jellyfish came in. Like it was an easy face for the album.
It makes sense. And everyone's so fascinated by dreaming. You know, like there's movies about it, there's books about it, everyone talks about it, but we never fully understand it. And I think that's sometimes what electronic music is, right? Like, do we fully understand what the fuck it is? Because it's just kind of insane sometimes, right? Not like, you know, insane sounds of dubstep, but like It is crazy to me that we can make something on our little tiny laptop and then go play it on the world's biggest fucking sound system. And it's like, what?
You can do that anywhere.
Right? That's a dream. Like, I think it leans into why this industry is so hard, because we're all going after this dream job, which not everybody can get. Like, we all want to make that happen.
If you look, like at numbers here, there is a large percent of people trying to enter into a very small percent.
Yes,
you know what I mean,
dude?
We need less DJs and more doctors, please. I'm perfecting
Yeah, me too. We're good on the DJs.
We're good on the DJs, but hey, I mean, there's room for everybody, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe that. Like, it's all abundant.
Look, if you're gonna
thank God for you, by the way.
If you're gonna do
thank God for
something,
you.
Do it all the way.
Yeah.
Don't fucking half-ass anything. Don't pretend to do something.
Yeah.
If your intentions aren't meant to be for this, you will quickly dissolve. And you will not last, because it's going to cost you time, money, sacrificing friends, holidays, time with family, time with your loved ones. Like you will have to give those things up to get to where you want to be.
So true.
So you also want to be sure this is what you want to do.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people quit down the road because maybe they didn't get into it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Or it's just like they think it's a fast path to fame, and it's really not.
No, because that's not what it's about. Because you do compare yourself to that very small, select group of people. Yeah. That's the...
And also, like, the quick fame is, there's a phrase, another really famous quote. I love analogies, sorry.
Is it another Bruce Lee?
What goes up really fast, the faster it goes up.
Faster it's going to come down.
Exactly right. You know what I mean? So
of course.
It's like... When I was younger, I thought I wanted that rise right away. But it came down to understanding that it's not the rise, it's this very, like, consistent line going up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is more important. Because when I do crash, I have a strong base to fall on that isn't going to let me fall off.
Or it's a fucking trampoline.
Yeah.
Right? Just because you go up and come down.
Myself off of this.
Well, thanks.
Wow, that was good. That was really good.
Thanks for coming.
But thank you for having me, and I'm going to enjoy it from the sideline. So.
That was a lot. Ali Mess, everybody.
Ali Mess, everybody.
Remember the name.
That was
Started.
That was good. That was good. I knew we'd get her on camera.
I had a feeling.
I low-key hate that you made me do that just now.
I'm sorry I do that to people, but you absolutely crushed it.
Thank you.
And we needed to tell the story because you're the first track on the album.
I agree.
And I want to dive a little deeper into more of the features, right? So we talked about Leo Wood already, Dream Sequence. Tell me about how that came to be, because that wasn't... Do you know Leo Wood? Or like, didn't you connected online or something like that?
Well, how do I answer that question? I never met Leo Wood in person.
Right, sure. That's the road we live in.
We do chat on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Right? So it's not like I'm like not familiar with Leo. I'm not somebody messaging her on Instagram, right? We communicate quite regularly. I'd say almost every week.
That's awesome.
Since we made the track.
So she's stoked on this.
She's excited, which is also really awesome because she's an incredible artist. She's worked with some of the fucking best names in the industry right now. I've already made one other song with Leo before called Lifeline, and this was made like...
Oh, duh.
Yeah, 2019 or 2020.
My God.
So I'm a huge fan of Leo because of Marsh.
Lifeline's really good one.
Huh?
That's a good
that's
Kislov song.
because of her. She killed it.
Yeah, she did.
So I made Lifeline, and it was again like I'm not a huge vocal guy. I personally get paid not to sing, so it's for me it's like the last thing that I think about. But when I heard her vocal, which was on a Marsh track, through on Juna Deep, I was like, Eliza, this has got to be it. Dream vocalist. I want to work with that vocalist because she does something really special, where she creates space without overfitting too many words into that segment. Yeah. Right? Like, and very unique, and her voice is powerful. It gives me goosebumps listening to her. So I always knew I was a huge fan of Leo. Yeah. And one day, this is before Lifeline, I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to message her. Yeah. So I sent her a message on Instagram. Hey, huge fan. Love this song. Go down her catalog, Of course. I would love to work on the track. I already started something. What do you think? A few days later, she's like, yo, I love this. This is sick. Thanks for checking out my stuff. Let's, and then we start the conversation, and boom, Leo is so fast. Like, within getting the song, she will take the track, record her vocals, give it to you in one take. She doesn't even need to send you multiple files. One take, she gives you the dry, and she gives you a wet version that she does, and then ad libs if you wanted that, and sends it to you all in one file. It was so easy. All I had to do was put her files into my project, and I was done. Like, there was nothing left to do. Obviously,
what?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I had to. There's certain parts of the vocals. If whoever is hearing this will probably be the only time you'll ever hear me talk about this. But there is a part, in the melody in the bridge where her vocals were just a little bit off, and I had to kind of tune it down, and it's still slightly a little bit off.
Look at this perfectionist over here.
Fine-tuned ear. She can do no wrong.
She did great, but we both heard it, and so that's the editing that I would have done, but I didn't have to rearrange anything. I didn't have to cut anything into anywhere. It was just done,
Yeah, being on time at the very least, that's impressive.
It's professional.
The best.
No doubt.
It's the best when I could send a file to a vocalist and they send me back a completed file and we're done.
So when was that song made then?
So Restraint was made in 2019, before I had any lyrics or anything to it.
Okay.
It was originally just an instrumental.
Yeah.
It was called Restraint.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It was one of my,
Cool name.
Pretty dope track.
Yeah.
And the album was finished. Restraint was in the track. Eliza's track was still called Dream Sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were on our honeymoon in Brazil when I was just like, I'm missing something. There's something not enough. And I was about to package and finish this album and ship it and fucking just end it, And I was like, let me see if Leo's down.
Yeah.
Let me see what she thinks.
Hold on, that's not the full story.
Okay.
I am the vocal obsessed queen. And I told you, it's like the album needs more vocals. And Alex, and I know many other melodic DJs, progressive DJs, love to just have the music.
Yeah.
And I think for other listeners that are not so keen and tuned ear to understand and respect the quality and amazingness that you're pouring in, you need a hook. You need a lyric. I need something to sing.
Yep.
I need something to repeat. I need something stuck in my head.
I need something for the radio.
Yeah, like you just need the people. Like that's
Smart.
How, like Oscar Mayer, like they got it right. Like
Yeah.
stuck in your head for life. So
Fuck yeah.
So I think that him and I
Liberty Mutual really got me.
That's also how Ron Carroll was born.
Yeah.
True.
So totally right. Like
Very good point.
The album itself, where it stood at the time, was not commercial enough, or it wasn't enough like to attract a demographic of people that maybe don't listen to electronic music.
Yeah, because you're trying to get this in front of new people. Like,
100%.
Let's not like be so like purely creative about it, right? Like we are trying to run a business.
Yeah, but
and
at the same
market this
time, I
shit.
didn't want just any vocals, right?
Absolutely.
I wanted
So gotta be
Leo,
you.
and I wanted Ron Carroll, and I wanted my wife. You know what I mean? Those are like the vocals I wanted.
That's an elite trio. Yeah.
Yeah. So Leo, I reached out. I'm like, Leo, I wrote my album. It's coming out. We killed it on the last one. Let's do it. She responded the next day. Let's do it. Didn't even have to ask me. She's like, send me the album. She listened to a few and she picked Restraint as the track that she wanted to put her vocals to it, And then we were on a honeymoon and I think we were like traveling from city to city on a bus and I'm listening to the song and we're trying to figure out, okay, can you fix it? Just sending her like notes. And we would go back and forth. She sent me the final. I went in my computer. I added it. But when I went home, mixed, mastered, done. And that's like the process for it.
God.
And then we decided to rename it because it was so good.
The name of
It
the
had to
album.
be like the album title,
So sick.
Thanks.
I love that one
It
too.
feels like you talk about it and it's like, yeah, this is how it happened. But it was a lot of doubt. Again, like, oh, she'll never want to sing on this. Or, oh, I can't do this. A lot of like, but I stopped that. I'm like, fuck it. She'll say no, she'll
Shoot
say
your
no.
shot.
Or I go to some other vocalists, but Leo was my first choice and she went for it. She wanted to work with it.
That's amazing that she felt connected to it.
Yeah.
Put that work in. It turned around quickly as well. It's meant to be.
She's super involved, even post, like right now, like we're about to release the track.
Yeah.
And she's always like, hey, can we do a video like this? We should she's actually cares about the track having success, which is very rare in vocalists. Most of the time, you're just done with the project.
Yeah,
See
you pay
later.
them and they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Which I've had vocalists do that.
I get that.
Yeah, and that's fine too. You get your money and the project's done, and maybe something happens. Something
Not as
doesn't,
fun for you though. Sometimes.
Right. I do like that Leo's involved. She like pushes me to keep. I'm like, no, I
That's
can't let Leo
cool.
down.
Yeah. What about Ron fucking Carroll though?
So Ron's a cherished friend. Like, even before we ever worked together, I've always looked up to Ron.
Yeah.
I've been to many Ron sets. Ron's always been very kind to me.
Yeah.
Always
Such a
kind
good
of
guy.
like, pushing me up together with him in some sort of like, kind of looking out for me in a way, And
Absolutely.
he was very kind to me always since we met, which he didn't have to be, but he was, you know?
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Even when I was like nobody yet.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to work with him too.
Yeah.
Like, and I knew I always wanted to have like a world hold on vibe. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Bob Sinclair.
Yeah.
And so like, and I knew Ron would be that voice, but I didn't have the song that I wanted to do with Ron yet. And at the time, I don't think that I was big enough to approach Ron with a track yet, or skilled enough.
Yeah.
Well, like, okay, so a few years passed, we're friends, blah, 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 blah. I've asked him before. He's like, yeah, maybe. I sent him the song. He wasn't feeling it. Okay, this happened a few times.
Right.
And I'm like, Ron, I'm releasing an album. Again, on my honeymoon, I'm in this, like, I need to get more vocals. And I
This is honeymoon conversation.
Oh yeah, it was all honeymoon and fun, but a lot of album brainstorming. And
That's so cool.
I think people get creative when you're on vacation. Like you.
Yeah, when you can disconnect. That's what just happened to me on this vacation with my wife. Like out of nowhere, just at dinner. It was hilarious because we like walked in Madrid and it was so fucking hot and like I just was like reading a lot that day and just thinking and like we sat down and she was like, oh my God, I'm so hot. And I was like, I'm getting in my own way. And she was like, what? And I just like went off for like 45 minutes and she was like, okay, yeah. So we like unpacked it.
Can we go get some AC?
Yeah, exactly. She was like, it's so funny. She was like in a cold sweat. She was like, she literally like was just chugging water while I'm just like so fired up. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
when
But
you're in it, man.
you got to do it. Yeah, that's when things come to you. But yeah, continue. So you're thinking you're in a honeymoon and
we're on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And, forget the name of the song. It was New Day. The song originally, Daydream, was called New Day.
No, not Daydream. Oh yeah, Daydream. Sorry. Woo.
New Day was called Daydream. Daydream was called New Day, and I had another like sample vocals from an artist that lives in South Africa. I can't remember the city. And it was okay. It was a good track. It was good enough. It was one of the very few like vocal tracks I had.
Yeah.
But it was missing something. It wasn't like I wasn't sold on it. And I'm very particular with vocals. I'm either doing it right or I'm not doing fucking vocals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want that same cheese commercial radio vocals either. I wanted something like to snap you awake. And so I reached. Oh, thank you.
I just couldn't see your eyes because I kept sinking too.
I reached
We're
out
sinking.
to.
He's a chiller.
Melting into the couch.
Yeah.
You
So
got
I'm
a
on my
joint
honeymoon.
So anyways, this couch is amazing, man.
I got a lot of good
I'm
couches
excited.
here.
I'm fucking sinking into this thing. So anyways, man, I reached out to Ron. I didn't like the vocals. And I'm like, Ron, you need to do the vocals on this. There's no if yes or no. It's happening and I need you to do it.
Fuck yeah.
Please. He's like, okay, fam, I got you. That's literally what he said. Okay, fam, I got you. I'm like, sick. Here's the song.
Yeah.
Some time passes, little radio silence. I follow up. He's like, oh, yeah, here. Sends me a spoken version. And we listened to it, which was fine. It was okay. Ron Carroll cannot do any wrong.
No, his voice is a blessing to anyone who hears it.
But it wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't want a speech. Like, I wanted singing.
Totally.
So I'm like, Ron, let's do it again. This time, like, channel the inner Rasta in you. And just, like, really, like, go all out with this very like world hold down Caribbean vibe, South African vibe. Just really like come out with thick with it. And always like, why didn't you say that from the beginning? The next day sends me the whole, what it is now, Daydream, and it was amazing. Like we were driving, I think, to Búzios in Brazil, and we were listening, and she was like, again.
Really?
And we listened to it and listened. And
that's the shit you were looking for.
Yeah, it was it. We knew immediately. Like that was the vocals we needed. Boom. Came home, finished a little bit of mixing, little tiny editing here and there, and then mastering with the rest of the album, and bam, it was a Daydream.
And was that one of the last songs to be made for the album?
Yes. 10 total tracks. That's track number 9.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the 9th track. And the reason is because now it's daytime and
Yeah.
it's got a lot of energy, right? So it's on the sequence side
Right,
of the
because you've
vinyl.
woken up.
And so the whole thing, wake up in front of you. Again, they pay me not to sing, if you can tell.
That was all right.
But the vocals are very like uplifting, wake you up, very like daydreaming kind of energy, you know? And so it's like the post-night,
Yeah.
post-dreams.
Because the original title was New Day, so that was kind of our idea. Is like it's a new day.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting. We're waking up.
Yeah.
And he really brought like the wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
starting again.
Look towards the light.
Like I think
So
it's a very
good.
positive, inspirational. Like you put it on in the morning. You're brushing your teeth, and you're like, I can do this.
Yeah, like moves a little more techno-y. A little,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like,
sick.
It's a good track.
It
I
is a
like
good
it a
track.
lot. Like
How does he feel about it?
he loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually even like when we did the preview party, he was I invited him to come and close the boat again, an honor for him to come and play for me. And he came on the microphone and sang in front of 150 people during that track towards the end.
Oh my God, I can't
So
wait to see
he's a
that.
big fan and
During it was awesome.
yeah, very supportive too. And in
That's
general,
so cool. Shout out fucking Ron
Ron
Carroll,
is
man.
a fucking legend. He's Mr. House.
He's the
There is
voice
a
of house
day
music.
dedicated to Ron Carroll because of
sound.
yeah, Minister of
Minister
Sound.
of
But there isn't
Sound.
there a day in Chicago like that Ron Carroll Day or whatever, House Music Day?
I'm
or
pretty
whatever it is?
sure. Yeah. I mean, if
So-
there's not, there needs to be.
Yeah, I petition outside.
National.
For those that know,
National
know.
Ron
For
Carroll
those that
Day.
don't know, need to know. That's my opinion on Ron Carroll.
Yeah, Ron is definitely somebody to like know.
Isn't it fucking dope, like, connecting with these living legends like that? I mean, working with them is a whole nother level,
Yeah.
bro.
They say don't meet your heroes. I disagree. My
Yeah.
heroes are incredible.
Yeah.
Like the people. Well, some, right? the ones we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
They've been extremely kind, extremely professional, extremely talented, extremely professional. I have to say that again because while we were having fun, me and Ron were friends. Work was work, and it got done, and I didn't have to like chase or re-record or ask for blah blah blah. It was
We've been
just
through that.
ready to go.
Fuck. So sick. It's fucking Ron
Yeah,
Carroll,
man.
bro.
When it all came together without struggle, that's when I knew that this is like the piece it needed to become. You know what I mean?
So
Because a lot of
cool.
times you said it, you struggle to get it to where it needs to be, or you have to force it out of you sometimes.
Yeah.
With this one, I don't feel like it was forced. It was kind of just, again, like the name came, the colors came, the songs came, bam. It was like, just you couldn't stop me from writing and creating ideas and concepts and imaginary visualizers, whatever, everything for this.
Bro,
know?
you're like fucking glowing right now, honestly. like there was just an energy that came through you that like I got chills. Like you keep saying you talking about this gives me chills because I don't know anybody that's put together an album really. I mean, like this certainly.
I can tell you a few. Gorgon City, I've seen because I've been watching these.
Yeah.
People. John Summit, Rinzen, all released an album this year.
Yeah,
So-
no, I think albums are coming back because I think that artists are kind of sick of the game,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
we
I'm
want
tired
to
of
put
singles.
together bodies of work when like so many real artists basically only release albums. It's like I think it's kind of because like in the beginning, not the beginning of dance music, but once it became especially popular in America, 2011 to 2014, right? Like Calvin Harris released an album, Zed released an album. A lot of these large global dance, Tiesto, David Guetta, right? Like they all release these albums with like 12, 13, 14 tracks on there. They're like huge tracks, right? And then they started releasing singles. And it was like, okay, well, we got to release singles. I don't have time to make an album, right? And then it got in this like really fucked up. I mean, Skrillex, Scary Monsters, Night Sprites, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's been a long time since that. And now I think it's happening again. And it's very good when we see leaders of the industry do that because I think it kind of gives us permission as up and coming artists to be creative, right? Because like there's a whole business aspect that we have to respect and understand and learn.
Right. You got to play the game.
But they need us more than we need them.
Ooh, what you just said right there is a conversation I had with a friend of mine,
Yeah.
Colin. And Colin is very, very well known and versed in the industry. He's not a DJ, but he works with Live Nation.
Okay.
Anyways,
Not the Colin I'm thinking of.
maybe
Maybe. I don't know.
sorry, Colin, much older than us. So
Okay, not that Colin then, yeah.
Colin told me, he's like, what you artists forget is that you're at the center of it all.
Yeah.
If you didn't make music, we wouldn't be able to sell tickets. If we didn't sell tickets, we wouldn't have venues. If we didn't have venues, we wouldn't have merch. If we didn't have merch, you wouldn't have print shops. If you didn't have the print shops, you wouldn't have somebody streaming music.
Yep.
Then you wouldn't have this. At the center of it all, it is up to the artist to create music or to create art in order for other companies, like even accountants, you know what I mean, to be able to do the
Bring it
accounting
back
for
to
the
the
business that it
accountants,
becomes a part of, whatever it becomes. But you need to create something in order to sell it.
So
right?
true.
So at the center of it all, us creators, producers, artists.
Yeah.
If we're not making anything, you ain't selling shit.
No.
If we're not making anything, you don't have a baseline to establish off of that business. You know what I mean?
Don't ever forget that. I've definitely been reminding myself and other artists that it's like I, for so long in the Chicago industry, thought that I needed to get in front of the promoters, get in front of the DJs, get in front of the talent buyers. I don't want to say I wasted time because I definitely made a lot of great friendships,
Yeah, we still get to play regularly.
Yeah,
through our
and that's great. And
right?
I love to DJ, and that's something that I gave myself. But I wish I would have focused more time on my fans, even if it was a small amount. Learn from them, right? Because you're giving them something that it's amazing, right? Like to be able to create something, a moment, an experience, a song, whatever it is, a shared memory, right? That's something that I try and always like remind myself of and
Right.
know that it's like, it's not about impressing those people because that's what you think. Like, guess what? The people that play on these big stages and the people that sell out these shows have real fans that show up for them, who do the hard work for them, right? It's not the guys or the girls or whoever the fuck that made the connection or did fucking coke in the green room at 5 a.m. with the right person and just happened to, be in the right place at the right time. Fuck
Totally.
that. That's a short life because you're not going to have anybody come to your shows and that's going to be a sad thing. You're going to be, I'm telling you, when I'm on my olden days and I'm writing a book about the
Episode
music industry.
1050.
Yeah, it's going to be called Alone in the Green Room because there are so many people that I've come across and that you hear about that are at the top or whatever, but it seems like a lot of things are fake. Like they have their own self-doubts, right? Like you were talking about like rewards, like in the beginning, like so many people forget to do that and then they're alone at the top. And like, that's awful. That's sad, man. Like I'd rather stay at this level with the homies as long as I can. And that's more fulfilling. Obviously I want to continue to grow, but I only want to do that in the way that's going to resonate with the right people who appreciate me being me.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, though, when we're all at the eye level, right, the artists you're coming up with,
Yeah,
everyone's cool and friendly.
that's true.
The moment you start making a step forward, the people you were at eye level with are not really as eager to want to work with you anymore.
Yeah.
Because you've stepped away from their league or you've done something that they haven't been able to do. And you often find yourself alone because the view on the top is the best, but it is lonely up there. Right? That's like
true.
another phrase I heard.
And of course.
And at the point of a mountain, you don't have enough space to
It's
hold
lonely at the
multiple
top.
people. There's only one point up here for the triangle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And so that's part of the sacrifice, I think. I agree with you. I would love forever to be with the people that I came up with. But I also know that if they're not with me as I'm leveling up, it's not something that I used to feel guilty for not taking them with me.
Yeah.
But now I can't because I'm here and I've worked my fucking ass off to get here. And if you're not getting up here with me, I'm sorry. I have to focus on continuing to move forward. You know what I mean? And I would love to help you to get there or whoever, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I do what you mean. Yeah. I mean,
Like sometimes you can't let people hold you back either.
I know, and that's the yin and the yang that I think the industry is currently in, and I want to be the disruptor of it all. That's like my point. Like I do agree with you, and I do think there's a place for everyone, and
For sure.
there's only so much room at the top. Yes, but I guess the point I'm trying to make.
There's plenty of room at the top.
Look what you did. Like look at that album pre-release party, bro. Like pre-party, like that moment, right? Like
That was
is
those were
so
my fans.
special. These big artists are like, I love playing small rooms, right? Because that's when we originally were like, this is so sick.
Yeah. That's how we start.
How can we continue not necessarily playing small rooms with like only 150 people, but like what's that energy and how can I like translate it to other things as I grow in my career, right? Like how do I continue to keep
But then your
people?
managers and your agents start making money on that.
I know that's what
It's all business.
it's easy for me to say now, right?
Of
like
course. Of course. And it wishfully, like as long as we can maybe come back to this episode one day and be like, remember
we will,
this
we
shit?
will, we
You know what
will,
I mean?
we
Like,
will, we will.
I definitely hope, like my dream one day is to become like, I don't know what the word, I don't want to use the word famous, big. I want to use the word successful, right? I want to become so successful that when I return to Chicago, I can sell out a whole stadium, but I'm not going to sell it out. I'm going to do it for free. I'm going to throw a free show at a stadium.
Fuck yeah.
And any money that we raise, I want to donate back into this community to be able to keep investing in like independent promoters to throw parties and independent artists to self-release. You know what I mean? And independent podcasters.
It's amazing.
That's what I would want to do.
That's
because
cool.
we don't have enough of that. They're not paying attention to us.
Yeah.
Right? Or they're not paying attention to you at a certain level unless you have something to benefit them.
True.
And then when you do have something to benefit them, it's too fucking late because at that point, everyone else has already seen their talent. You know what I mean?
You're with me on my rise, you're not with me on my high, baby.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys got lines. One-liners and metaphors.
Yes.
And fucking albums.
We are not metaphorically challenged.
Whoa. Whoa. That was good.
I don't know if I said that right, but whatever.
It worked. It hit.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Drop the mic. Can I take this mic?
This has definitely been the best episode yet, by the way.
Yeah, out of 236 or out of the
Maybe
three that
not.
we
I
had?
can't say ever. I can't recall all of them.
Yeah,
but
you
this
had
is-
Justin Santos here, dude.
That was a fun one. That was great. Bro, but like, honestly, I truly mean it when I say like I'm grateful to have you in my life. I want to see you guys more. I really do love you guys. You're
Thank you,
amazing.
man.
And you guys are like, you know, I know I'm older than you, I guess, which I fucking I look up to you.
On
Like
my
I
phone,
do.
you guys are
I
able-
always have. I
cradle
always
robbers.
have. I've always been like
The
Alex like works hard, he makes music, like he's a good guy, like he does things for the right reasons, and I try and exemplify that in my life as much as I can and outside of music. So, you know, on a musical level, obviously love and respect for you, but like on a human to human level, like real recognize real, bro.
Thanks, man. Right back at you.
Look at that
man. It was
handshake.
hit you, yeah.
That was
Thanks,
a good
man.
handshake.
And dude, same with you, man. I love you. It's been years of like friendship.
Yeah.
Of
We've been doing this a long
of a
time.
positive friendship, right?
8 years at
we've-
least,
we've
yeah.
Parallel, just working together, and I'm so proud of what you're doing.
Thank you.
236
It's fucking 8 years,
episodes, dude.
I also have to say that we were talking, and I was like, Alex, you need to get on podcast. Alex, you need to talk about this. Alex, like, where is the conversations?
Yeah.
And Alex was like, I don't want anybody. I cannot imagine anyone else but Sherm to do this.
Yeah.
He's like, it has to be him. And
Yep.
That's awesome.
We've been like waiting for this day because and the two of you and your chemistry is so incredible.
Yeah, true.
The way the banter, just
You have
the
nice
friendship,
crumb.
the
I didn't have any fucking questions here, but I had them up here, right? Because I'm a genuinely curious
You make this
person.
look easy though. I've seen many of
Yeah.
your podcasts.
Yeah, thank you.
You are a very social, easy to talk to guy. But
You're okay looking too.
Yeah, not hard on the eyes. Easy on the eyes, they say.
Hey,
Hey,
easy on these eyes.
I just got to shave my mustache.
Oh, my God.
People made it to the end. Yeah.
Right at the end, if you made it to the end. All right, I'll spill the beans. If you're tuning in and you made it this far into the show, I wanted to shave my face today for this episode.
Uh-huh.
And I was in the shower and I had a mirror because I hate doing it in the bathtub. My shit gets everywhere, or in the bathroom.
Such a good roommate.
Thanks. So I had a mirror and I'm shaving and like something happened. I think the dog. So I turned and I kind of like cut a little fucking piece of my mustache off. And I'm like, shit, this is not gonna work for this episode. So I try to cut a little side from the other side. Next thing you know,
You got a Hitler stash, goddamn
yeah.
near.
Yeah, the whole thing.
That would be confusing, yeah.
So I just got rid of all of it.
The
Now it
Russian
looks-
Jew with a Hitler stash, yeah.
I think Azerbaijanian or something. Like,
it was a lose-lose.
Kazakhstan.
Once one went off, you were fucked, yeah.
But yeah, well, thanks for pointing that out, dude.
Of course, bro. No problem.
Nothing gets past those eyes.
At the end of the episode, you
Nothing
got to
gets
give the
past that
watchers a little
mustache, huh?
something. Yeah. It's going to be like our mom's going to be like, I noticed that right away.
I do have something for you, by the way.
Okay. You got a present?
Is this towards the end of our?
Yeah, this is it.
Fuck. Sick. What?
You don't have to like walk out the door. Though.
No,
we
no,
keep
no.
hanging out. You know.
It's all right here, my friend.
Ooh, what's a pretty bag?
You know what? Here. You go ahead and open it.
Oh my God! You know Jews love Christmas.
Oh,
Jews fucking.
July,
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of Jews, Christmas, Hanukkahs, and holidays,
Perfect.
I am working on a new project
Are you?
potentially for 2024, and it might be called 8 Crazy Remixes. Mic drop.
8 crazy remixes. Can I get in on that?
Yeah. You serious?
Bring the mic back.
Wait, is this? Oh, this is your shirt.
Yep.
Oh shit! Look at this, people.
Yep.
Whoa,
That's
whoa, I see the back glowing in the dark. Or is that just my eyes?
That is a glow in the dark jellyfish in the back
Holy shit! This is nice.
on
too.
a cloud purple t-shirt.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, we got
Zoom in on that for me.
AK embroidery right there, and then a little jellyfish on the front left pocket.
Holy shit. God
Dude,
damn.
I
Quality merch is unfortunately not something you find often these days.
Well, I spent
then there's
so
more.
much time.
A fucking sweater? Oh,
It's a
dude.
sweatshirt.
So
I spent
you
so
did
much
show
time.
me just the sweater, but this is truly embroidered and sewn
Yeah,
in.
it's custom embroidered.
This is really nice.
That
this
might
is
glow in the
so
dark.
comfortable. I kind of want to like.
It might glow in the dark if it's dark enough.
I'd see it in the back. Yeah, I can see it.
No, the back glows in the dark, no problem. The embroidery itself, if you drink enough, it's definitely glow in the dark.
Am I drink enough? Okay, good news.
Oh, so as I was trying to say, I
Yeah,
spent
yeah.
a lot of time touching, feeling,
Dude.
and sleeping in a lot of different clothing, just to get like the right materials.
Look at this, people. This is awesome.
That's the album, the
How
vinyl.
fucking dope was it when you put this on the fucking record?
This is amazing, man. And the
The
vinyl, it's a
turntable.
special edition violet color too.
Oh my God. You know, I love records. It's really made me like newfound appreciation for
Great.
music too.
Do you have a record player?
I do, yeah. Right below Eliza, there are like a lot of my parents' old records. I have like the original Michael Jackson Thriller, Bruce Springsteen Born to Run, some new albums and stuff too. Wait, but hold on.
Yeah. Oh, the eye covers.
Are you kidding me?
Oh. You look comfortable.
I am. Dude. I should have done the interview like this to see the chemistry.
You ready
Like,
to dream now, my friend?
I should wear these and earplugs and make jokes, and I know that my wife will laugh.
Send me
Like for
pictures,
sure,
man.
like guaranteed. Like I won't even have to
My-
prove it.
yeah. If
Yeah,
you wear the
like
earplugs, she for
I'll
sure
know.
will.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I got some nice Sensiphonics over there, completely noise canceling, negative 15 dB. Put these bad boys on, just walk around, make jokes.
Nice. Oh, look at you. Looks good on you.
How do I look?
You look like you're ready to sleep.
God, I fucking put this shit on. You put a little fucking dream sequence
Little
outfit
dream
on.
sequence,
Put the fucking record on the
So
vinyl.
all of this is my new merch, and this is the first time in my entire life I have ever launched a full merch collection,
Dude,
and everything's available online.
I've never. First off, I think people have maybe given me some sort of gift, but this is like actual shit. This is dope.
Yeah, that's my little Freddy Krueger sequence.
Alex fucking Kislov, ladies and gentlemen.
Merci.
Dream sequence. Can you confirm when the album is out for everybody?
It will come out October 18.
Okay.
And
October 18. That was very Euro of you. Yeah.
October 18th. October 18th.
Yeah. You want to say
2024.
18/10/2024?
Yeah.
You fucking psycho.
10/18. Yeah. 18th of October.
The 18th of October.
2024.
What is that? Is that
Friday.
British?
I think it's Irish.
That was not
With
good.
this mustache.
You gotta get like Dublin. I shaved my mustache
October
off. Yeah.
18th.
October.
2024.
Stop while you're ahead.
Dude, the promo for this is just, that was it right there. Yeah, let's go. Dream sequence out.
Don't forget.
Yeximage.
Hello, can you hear me? This thing working.
He can kind of do a Borat. That's all right.
I like a dream sequence.
Yeah, like 6 out of 10.
No, I get really good.
Do you?
Yeah, we're from the same city. Very nice. This my wife. I have a nice cage.
That was good. Her vagine hang like sleeve of wizard.
It's loose like Super Wizard.
Loose. Sorry. Wow, my God. Have you watched this movie like today?
No, I'm just a huge fan of Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, love that. Love that for
he's the
you.
best.
Really,
You know,
happy for
fun
you.
fact: Borat does not speak Kazakhstanian in the entire movie. He, in fact, speaks in Hebrew in the entire movie.
Does he?
The entire movie, he speaks in Hebrew, except for when he says "Yak Shamash," which is Polish.
People don't fucking know that.
No, they have no idea. But I swear to God to you, he's literally speaking in Hebrew the whole movie.
You know what I'm gonna do tonight?
You don't watch
I'm
Borat?
gonna cozy up in my dream sequence outfit.
Going to hate you.
Yeah.
Putting that on.
And I'm gonna just put these on and just listen to Borat.
Yo, my niece is 14 years old.
Yeah.
Never heard of Borat.
Oh man.
So I made her sit through the whole thing.
Did she?
She
laugh?
went home and she watched all of his episodes on YouTube.
Oh
The
my
reality show.
God.
Watch 1 and 2.
I didn't make her. She
2 is
happily watched
weird.
it.
Did you do Bruno? That one's a lot for people.
Yeah, it was too much for me. I didn't last too long.
Yeah, when they go inside the penis, it's like
No pun intended
where
there.
the fuck are we? Yeah. Good times. Wow. Well, we're gonna end on that. Dream sequence coming soon.
Yeah, thank
Alex
you so much,
Kislov, love you,
Matt.
brother. This has been amazing.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so
course.
proud of you. I'm so proud of the show. I'm proud of you guys for listening and supporting. And 236. It's not 250, but I'll take it.
Hey. Hey. Man, do I love Sherman the Booth. Oh, hey, I think you do too. Hope you enjoyed that piece of content. If you're looking for more, make sure to go to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any upcoming Sherman the Booth interviews, live sets, new music, exclusive artist interviews, Sherm's Word, sub-pack reviews, and more. This is your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. Cheers.